Here's 10 cryptos better than Dogecoin. Why do you care? Here is, oh my God, look at these here. Record amounts of shorts are now in Dogecoin. Why is that? That's a coincidence. You didn't care about it before. Welcome back, YouTube. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the three big changes that I see happening with Dogecoin right now and how they're going to affect the next bull run and ultimately the next cycle and the future of Dogecoin, because things are much different this time compared to the last bull market or even the last run, the big run on Dogecoin, because we reached almost $100 billion last time just off of hype and anticipation. But this time we have three really big changes that are going to cement Dogecoin's longevity and its future in the crypto market. I know you guys have seen a lot of articles stating that, Chipotle and Apple and these things going on with California. And just ultimately, all this boils down to is additional utility that is coming into the coin. We knew this was going to happen as the community grew and maintained its level of attention and growth in the market. We've seen that a lot of these coins have come and gone in the market, especially within a short period of time. Very few coins have been available and in the market as long as Dogecoin has. I mentioned this last year in my video, crypto consolidation, that there's going to be a consolidation in the market where there's going to be a medium of exchange that is more widely used by the public. And we have very few contenders in this area, despite what you may see and based off of like YouTubers and like pumpers and stuff like that. But the coins that are actually viable for this, whether they make small adjustments to transaction speed or adjust their blockchain as far as for outputs, it can't be denied that Dogecoin is at the forefront of this conversation. This is ultimately the number one thing that we need for Dogecoin's longevity and for the health of the overall coin. The second thing that we need, and that's one thing that we've been talking about a lot lately, has been as far as like the shorts going on in the coin and manipulation, and that's removing our coins from the exchanges. This is going to do wonders for us, especially when there are spikes and these huge catalysts that we have coming up and the catalysts that we're going to continue having come up. We're going to be able to see a more realistic price reaction and more realistic equilibriums and consolidations for the actual coin versus just a big catalyst coming up and we see traders take over and short sellers take over and start manipulating the price and trying to beat the price down when we know that the community is actually buying. The third thing is that there actually isn't enough Dogecoin. I covered this in a separate video if you guys if you want to see the math and everything, how that breaks down, but roughly there's about 136 billion coins right now. And if we're going to receive anywhere near the attention or the market space that we're looking for as far as the Doge being the cryptocurrency of the internet, 136 billion coins is simply not going to cut it. Even at $1 evaluation, over 10 times where we are right now, that's still only going to be $136 billion market cap. This is why I'm really bullish on something like a Twitter acquisition, because this is going to have a large amount of people who have a very small amount of coins, because it doesn't really take people having a large amount of coins or everybody having $10,000, $50,000 in crypto. I did the math, and even just off of a simple market expansion or just where we are now, about $2,700 right now per wallet. And we know there's more holders, so the number is actually less than $2,700. But just in the reported wallets, that's inside these exchanges where they hold or maybe they even pool our cryptos together, that comes out to about $2,700 per person, and there are no more Dogecoin available to purchase. This lets you know that this is not a minting issue or the infinite supply or some of that other crap that you guys see online. If you couple the fact that the amount of coins that we have and that low number that we have as far as people being able to actually hold that in their own wallet, whether they're long-term bullish or they're simply using it to tip or just simply for transactions, if you couple that with utility and the fact that we remove the coins from the exchanges and now we're just trading amongst each other, and those coins, let's say they don't go back to the exchanges, we simply keep those amongst ourselves and they don't go back to the exchanges, do you think Dogecoin is still worth roughly 8 cents right now, as the market says? This is why I titled this video saying that they're wrong about Dogecoin, because I know you're seeing a lot of articles and people online, oh my God, I get it almost every day on my channel or on Twitter. Oh, Dogecoin is dead, it's down. And I know they're probably trolls, but an asset being down is not an indicator of whether or not it's alive, because if that's the case, then it looks like our entire economy is dead. The utility is coming, and the people are removing their coins from the exchanges. I see the numbers on Reddit from my articles, and even just people just posting pictures saying that, hey, look, I removed my coins today. I see the numbers building. The word has got out and people are removing their coins. That window of manipulation and lending the coins out on margin and them collecting these mass profits, that window is shutting. And as we are building utility, literally at the same time, we're going to see the true price of Dogecoin. And I don't care what anyone says, that is not 8 cents per coin. I mentioned this in a previous video. I don't care if they short Dogecoin down to 1 penny. That is not the true price of Dogecoin. We've seen them do attacks like this across the markets in general, and it's always in an asset that the people have chosen or the people like and that the people are investing in. It's almost like a whatever you guys are for, we're against type of approach. We've seen this in a number of quote unquote meme assets where the people start investing into them and then they immediately become the center focus and of the media to attack and call it dead. And here's 10 cryptos better than Dogecoin. Why do you care? Here is, oh my God, look at these here. Record amounts of shorts are now in Dogecoin. Why is that? That's a coincidence. You didn't care about it before. And you start seeing that it's like when the community comes together and say, hey, look, we want to do something that's contrary to the chosen ones or the ones that the institutions have already picked to be the market leaders. It's like, okay, well, we can't allow that. So now we're going to have to beat the hell out of that so they can come on back. And this is similar to what we see a lot in the markets, both crypto and stock market alike. And we're not even talking about the fact that Dogecoin is international. Let's just talk about, we can just use the numbers from here in the state. Let's just say in the States, let's just say that Dogecoin has 5 million, let's say long term over the next 5-10 years, let's just say only 5-6 million people out of the 300 million, even though we know crypto is going to expand and the communities are going to expand on the next market cycle. But let's just say 5 or 6 million people are using Dogecoin. It's the, it's making its case to be the internet currency, and they're simply trading in and out of that currency. As we spend most of our money online anyway, if we have these forms of utility, and again, like I said, it's less than $2,700 per person. So, but let's just use $2,700 over the course of a year. Would that 5-6 million people average out $2,700 per person, if not even more, over the course of a year? And that's from everything, whether that's let's just say it doesn't necessarily be online, but let's just say from any fast food partnerships that we have. Anything like Apple, Twitter, tipping, Amazon, anything like that, any type of decent partnerships that we can acquire over the next several years. Again, this is just mapping out the future of the coin and being optimistic about any of the partnerships that we have. Is it plausible that many people can average out about a couple grand or so over the course of 12 months? And we can't say that it's not plausible because they're counting on it for Bitcoin. We've seen companies, I made a video on this as well, about JP Morgan saying Bitcoin was trash for the last year and a half, and now they see it and they're adding it as an asset class. And they want to break Bitcoin down. Bitcoin is going to go into multiple 6 figures and everybody's going to be trading Satoshis. So this is the plan overall. They just don't want it to be Dogecoin. So it's not necessarily the numbers that I'm speaking of that's the issue. It's the coin. And never forget that when you're dealing on the markets, or when you're doing your own research, when you're looking at the numbers and they say, oh my God, it doesn't make any sense and stuff like that. Remember, they're hoping to put way more money than the money that we're talking about into some of these other cryptos and do the exact same thing. While the majority of the crypto is being held by institutions and a few individuals, about 20% of all the coins are held by like a few individuals, they're saying that, oh, well, in Dogecoin's case, that's a bad thing. But we're going to take those same principles and apply it to the actual coin. Because remember, this is one of the reasons why we see wraparound tokens and why we see margins on these assets and people shorting on these assets through options, and why we have things like payment for order flow and stuff like that. Because when we say, oh, well, it's a hedge against inflation, or it's the Bitcoin's the crypto gold and stuff like that, when you're simply holding something, it does not make money. Hedging against inflation means that you're just pretty much breaking even at best. The goal is not to just stay on par with inflation, it's to outpace inflation. And you do that through leverage, which is why I've been saying, hey, we need to make sure that we're removing our coins from the exchanges so that they're not using Dogecoin as one of those leverages that they generate cash revenue to outpace the inflation. Everything that we're talking about doing with Dogecoin, they have these exact same plans, just with a different coin. We're doing what we're supposed to, and we're building the community. We're getting these partnerships, and we're removing our coins from the exchanges. Those are the top two most important things that we can be doing right now. The next bull run is going to be different because it's not necessarily going to be based off of just catalyst and speculation, but we're actually going to have a solid foundation on this next launch. You have not seen the best of Dogecoin. We see even here in the heat map from Bookmap, you see that we have the buy orders literally just waiting underneath the equilibrium price where we are right now. We have not gotten a major breakdown in the market. Despite these sell-offs that we see without major short pressure. They're wrong about Dogecoin. And these three topics of discussion we talked about tonight are going to make a big difference on the next cycle. Hope you found this video helpful. If you want to support the channel, you can do that for free by liking the video and making sure that you are subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of you. Thank you, and until next time.